Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. Let's tackle another garbage leftist narrative, one that I've been going in on for a while now. You know, the left loves to paint pictures. They love to craft their little narratives. And with Donald Trump, they've pegged him as the worst thing ever. And especially lately, the rhetoric's just been crazy.
His intent to turn the government into a weapon of revenge and retribution. The plans, the detailed plans for massive deportations and concentration camps.
Floating all of those things at once and calling his opponents vermin, he's deliberately inviting the criticism that he is behaving like a Hitler or Mussolini-style fascist dictator.
Well, he's literally Hitler. He's the worst thing ever. He's a con man. He's a sociopath. He's a psychopath. He's deplorable. He's a racist. He's this, that, and the other. He's always something, and it's never anything good. And Joe Biden, real good man. Oh, Uncle Joe, nice man, takes shower with his daughter. You know, Joe is the quintessential great American father. He's a clean family man. That's what they tell you. Trump is the literal devil incarnate. Joe Biden good. But each and every single time, real evidence, real examples, real action proves the exact opposite. And I really want to put that contrast today into perspective. We got a clip that's going massively viral of Donald Trump with everything on his shoulders, with his incredibly busy schedule, essentially living 3 lives. He's living one life as a politician, another life as a man fighting for his freedom, as the entire justice system attempts to brand him a criminal and destroy his life and his family's life. And then there's businessman Donald Trump. You got 3 Trumps, 3 professional Trumps, right? That's a lot to deal with. And then, of course, the 4th, which we're going to add on here at the end, family man. Not too many people would be able to make time for all 4 of those full-time jobs. Well, Donald Trump does. And here's a clip of Trump with everything going on in his life, making time to be there, to be present with his 10th grandchild during their grandparent visiting day in what seems to be either pre-K or kindergarten. It's a heartwarming clip, it's a nice clip, it's a beautiful clip, and again, it continues to humanize Donald Trump as the media attempts to dehumanize him, label him in their attempts to destroy him and his family. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean, then let's talk about the clear contrast here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so take a look at the headline. Must watch, Trump attends Grandparents' Day at school with granddaughter Carolina. 2024 GOP frontrunner former President Donald Trump was seen in video on Wednesday visiting his granddaughter's school for Grandparents' Day. The young girl led her grandfather around the classroom, proudly showing off her desk to Trump. Just take a look.
I know, right? No grandpa.
You know, it's an absolutely beautiful thing. And it continues to show exactly who Donald Trump is. You know, people want to paint him as a bad man. I refuse to believe it. He's anything but. Any man who takes care of his family the way Donald Trump does is not a bad person at their core. In fact, for me, it's probably one of my most important litmus tests to see a man's true character. There's a lot of people who play big virtue. You know, they use it as a tool, but when push comes to shove, they're either bad parents or they don't want to be parents because they just don't have that love and that care to give inside of them. I think that's a true phenomenon. I've met a lot of people who pretend to be good on the exterior, but really inside it's an empty void. Trump isn't that kind of guy. Trump is that guy who is there for his family, no matter what. I mean, just think about everything going on. Think about everything this guy is battling. He made sure to be there for his granddaughter. That's an amazing person. That's a good person. That's the type of person that if I saw that, I would say, you know, I like that guy. I get a good feeling. I get a good vibe. Obviously, this person sees and appreciates the things that are most important in life. And when it comes to being a father, Donald Trump, in a way, has done the impossible. Look at his entire family. All of his kids, of course, they're spoiled rich kids. No one's ever going to say that. They're all trust fund babies, absolutely. But they developed quite nicely. They all work. They're all present. They're all professional. They're all married and starting families. They're respectful, classy, well-mannered. There's a lot of extremely wealthy people out there, especially with the public, persona and public image that Donald Trump had, who did not raise their kids properly at all, who neglected their children or caused trauma. And a lot of the times you see those trust fund babies not turning out so hot, kind of like a Hunter Biden situation. That doesn't exist in the Trump family. And there's only one man who gets credit for that. It's the patriarch of the family. And no, I'm not neglecting women. I said there's only one man who gets credit for that. It's the patriarch as well as the matriarch. There's one man and one woman who get credit. If the kids turn out good, it's because the parents did something right. And clearly Donald Trump is doing something right. And clearly he's doing the same thing with his grandchildren as he did with his own children. And so they continue to tell you that Trump is such a bad guy, he's evil, he's horrible, he's going to start a nuclear apocalypse. That's what they tell you. But obviously it's completely far-fetched from reality. Trump has vested interest in the future of his family. That's a guy that you could trust to have a personal incentive in creating a better future and a better world, a stable and more free world. And that's also Donald Trump's political track record, by the way. Let's not forget that. Meanwhile, Joe Biden, I don't have the same trust. Joe Biden seems to use his kids as political pandering tools. Joe Biden puts up this image of a caring grandfather, but he refuses to neglect his 7th grandchild. Remember this?
I have 6 grandchildren, and I'm crazy about them. And I speak to them every single day.
My name's Amelia, and where are your grandsons or granddaughters?
We're okay. Her name is Amelia. She wants to know where my granddaughters are. One granddaughter lives in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. One granddaughter lives in New York. One granddaughter lives in Washington. One granddaughter lives in Wilmington, Delaware. And the other grandsons, my grandson lives in California. I left somebody out, didn't I?
Joe Biden on multiple occasions claiming that he only has 6 grandchildren. Joe Biden denies the existence of his 7th grandchild that was fathered by his failed son Hunter out of wedlock with an adult entertainer. The circumstances aren't pretty, and certainly they aren't pretty for politics, but the circumstances are real. That is the situation that the Biden family finds itself in. And there is only one proper thing to do with that child: accept its existence, provide for it, care for it, show love, and include it in the family. That is what you do with a child. What did that child do wrong to Joe Biden, other than create maybe an uncomfortable situation that would play out in the media? Absolutely nothing. And who created that situation? That's Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. They and the rest of their family are the ones who have created this dysfunction. Well, you created it, you might as well accept it and do the right thing. That is a 4-year-old child's future development. The last thing you want to do is leave an empty hole, a void in that child's heart, as if something's missing, as if love in the family is missing. That is exactly what the Bidens did, and that's what Joe Biden has done for the last 4 years. And he continued to deny that child's existence up until it became impossible to ignore, until it became a political issue. Then, all of a sudden, Joe Biden seems keenly interested in being there for his 10th grandchild after his son Hunter bent over backwards to make sure that that child received the least amount of alimony payments possible. Let's talk about contrast. They tell you Uncle Family Joe, Uncle Joe, Father Joe. They tell you he's not guilty of political corruption because he's such a loving and caring father with so much love to give in his heart. There's that media narrative versus reality. They tell you Donald Trump has a black coal in place of his heart and that he's a bad person, he's a horrible person who has no interest in the future of humanity or the planet, is going to destroy everything. But reality, these everyday little anecdotes that we cover, Donald Trump's interactions, not only being there for his family and being there for people around him, anecdotes like how he helped Dana White, for instance, how much of a loyal business partner, how much of a team player he is. It's endless anecdotes of how much of a good person Donald Trump is at the core. A flawed person, absolutely, too prideful, struggles to take the L sometimes and accept that he was wrong, sure, but at his core it seems over and over again, he proves himself to be a good person. Yet I don't know if the same can be said about Joe Biden. And it's these types of moments that were red pill moments for me. The difference between what the media is spewing, the narrative that they're spinning as they spin that web, compared to what I'm seeing. It's a beautiful clip. Trump is obviously a family man. That to me, as I mentioned earlier, is one of my utmost priorities. It's what I look for. It's, a core litmus test. Those are the types of values I was raised with, family first. And obviously that's important to Donald Trump. For Donald Trump, it's family above everything else. And that's probably why his policies are so well, because he literally just translates his personal philosophies straight to how he governed the country. Donald Trump is family first and he is America first. In other words, he's America family first. And I think that says something, and I don't think that's me shilling. I don't think that's empty rhetoric or partisan rhetoric. I think that I came to that conclusion through observing actions, and that is the best way you can come to a conclusion. And I think the clip that I showed you guys today pretty much embodies that point, that concept perfectly. Anyways, that's pretty much the video. Curious what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you feel like joining us, of course. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.